Welcome to this edition of Tornado Watch. I am King Sports Information Director Travis Chell here with Blaine Brown, head baseball coach. How are you doing today?
Great, yourself?
I'm doing great as well. Coming off a good week last week and closing the season here on a pretty good run. Ended up with a sweep of Barton to close Conference Carolina season and ended up 11-10, and then a non-conference win against Tusculum. What were some of the keys to last week's success?
Well, offensively, we started doing some things that we've been talking about all year as far as some team ABs, some quality ABs. We've pretty much hit throughout the year, but we started doing some more team ABs where giving guys giving themselves up for moving runners, guys giving up ground balls, staying in the middle to score runs. We've done a much better job of that here in the last 2 weeks. Starting pitching has done a much better job of getting us deeper into the game to help minimize our bullpen. And then defensively, we've played much better. We've done a pretty good job here of late of making all the routine plays and helping out our pitchers defensively.
Yeah, you mentioned team ABs. One of those, that stands out from last week was Stephen Mullins. The first 2 times he comes up against Barton, runner on second. Tyler gave me a double to start the game, and then he comes up and an 0-2 count just kind of puts one in play to the right side, moves him over. The run eventually scores. Next time he comes up, same thing, runner on third, another ground ball in the middle infield that scores a run. That's the kind of things that win games for you.
Absolutely, and those are things that we talk about. Those things don't show up in the stat sheet, but there's things that we actually keep stats on just as far as quality ABs and moving guys and giving yourself up, and that's what it's going to take here going into our conference tournament of giving yourself up and trying to scratch and claw to get a run here or there, because you're going to see everybody's best arms, and you're not going to win 10-2 or 11-1. It's going to be a tight ball game. So those little things will help us move forward in the tournament.
Yeah, I mentioned the hot finish to the season here. He's won 7 in a row, sweeping 2 Conference Carolina series. It's awful good to be peaking going into the conference tournament, and what were some of the keys to that streak? I think you probably mentioned pitching and that type of stuff.
Yeah, offensively, we've had some guys that have got hot here late as well. Tyler Gaby, he's kind of been hot all year, but we've had some, Tyler Raymond's really been swinging it. We had a stretch there where Hunter Smith really did a good job of carrying us there for a little bit. It's one of those things where it seems like a different guy has kind of stepped up at certain points to carry us. Pitching-wise, all 3 of our starters, Corey Rhodes, Alex Gonzalez, and Reese Stanley, have all just done a phenomenal job here the last 2 weekends of going deep into a game, and they've given us a chance to win, whether it be up or down by a small amount in the 7th inning or later. And that's all you can ask from your starting pitching. Our defense has just been so much better of just making the routine plays. And it's funny, it goes hand in hand. When you play good defense, your pitching seems to pitch a lot better because they're not afraid to induce contact because they know guys are going to make plays behind them.
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of those players I want to talk about, and Tyler Gaby and Corey Rhodes. As senior leaders on the team, not only on the field, but their performances have been outstanding this year, but also, just as a team leadership off the field, showing the younger guys how to.
Yeah, Corey Rhodes, he's been kind of the rock of this pitching staff since he's been here as a freshman. Every time he goes out, he gives our team a chance to win. Last weekend he comes in and he closes out game 1 and then comes back and throws a CG in game 2. He's just a guy that wants the ball. He wants to be out there. He wants to win, which is really all you can ask from a guy in the mound, that kind of mentality. Regardless of stuff, Tyler Gaby, he's a legitimate candidate for Player of the Year. He's really progressed as far as how he's been approached. If you try to go outside on him, he'll go backside. Try to go inside, he'll pull the ball off speed. He'll spit on it. And if you hang it, he'll obviously bang it around. And he's one of the tops in the country and slugging percentage and doubles and batting average. He's just having a phenomenal year. And as you mentioned, as far as off the field, we got some younger guys that go out and do early work with. Corey Rhodes has really left his legacy, of a guy that came in, didn't get a lot of opportunities at other schools, came in, developed, and made himself into what he is today. So hopefully some of these younger guys can take that and use it to their benefit, and hopefully be in his category when they get his age.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for, I guess, is trying to develop those younger players. I'm looking ahead to this weekend. Conference Carolina's tournament starts on Thursday. It's a 5-day tournament, double elimination. What are some of the keys to trying to get through a bracket like that? And last year's run to the championship game, will that help you at all a little bit, you think?
I definitely think it'll help the experience of getting to the championship game last year, plus playing at that field, having success. There's something to say for that. An older group of guys that have had success in this conference tournament, I definitely think is going to help. Some of the keys, making a run at this championship, that first one's so important just from a pitching staff standpoint. If you get put in the loser's bracket right away, it puts such a burden on your pitching staff. To be able to win that first game, and we've actually played in this game the last 3 years. And the other thing is Corey Rhodes, he's pitched in this game the last 3 years. It'll be 3 years. So there's something to say for that as far as experience. Making a run into it, pitcher's going to have to go deep in the games. They just have to. We'll have to play good defense. You can't give up unearned runs when you're trying to make a run through a tournament like this. And then offensively, you're not going to bang around, a lot of runs against everybody's top arms here in the tournament. So you're going to have some of those team ABs that we've been talking about to scratch and claw some runs to get a chance to make a run at the championship. Yeah,
you mentioned the same game for the last 3 years. That's the 11 a.m. game on Thursday, which seems like an odd time to, you're not used to playing at that time, but you've done it. Corey Rhodes has done it the last few years, and the team seems to be prepared for that. King is the 4th seed. They'll play Pfeiffer, who's the 3rd seed in that game. You think there's maybe a little extra motivation being they came into King and swept us to start the conference season, and will it help at all going into the conference tournament?
Well, definitely use it as a little motivation for sure coming into our house, and they whipped us pretty good. I'd like to think we're a different team now than we were back in, that was almost a month and a half, 2 months ago. That we're a different team. I went back and looked at the box scores. Our lineup has changed. Defensively, it's changed as well. So it's going to be a little bit different team. But the biggest difference is we're not the same team as far as mentality of where we're at right now compared to where we were at that point. But Pfeiffer's a good team. They got quality pitching up and down. They got quality arms in the back end of the bullpen. They're quality starters no matter who they throw. And offensively, they're very solid as well. So we'll have to play well. And I'm sure it's going to be a close game. Hopefully we can just scratch enough across to get the W.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for joining us today. Good luck this weekend. Conference Carolina's tournament opens on Thursday at 11 a.m. King versus Pfeiffer, and then hopefully on into the weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.